Sometimes I gotta hand it to some retailers and their ability to strategically place provocative products in the path of impulsive consumers like myself. Walking through Menards the other morning, I came across this Bora adjustable Speedhorse XTS at an end cap, and after putzing around with it for a bit, it was clear that these horses are cooler than anything that I have. And I just had to have a pair. These things are beefy. At 22 pounds or 10 kilograms each, they're a bit on the cumbersome side to lug around, but compared to my Masterforce horses, which clock in at 14.5 pounds or 6.5 kilograms each, they're much more rigid, and with a 1,500 pound load capacity, they just feel like something I could make a scaffold out of and not have a care in the world. My favorite thing about these, and the feature that sold me on it, is how quickly they are to deploy and take down. The handles are built in, making it easy to carry around despite its weight. And when you're ready to set this thing up, you simply pull this 2-finger latch doodad, give it a little shake, and the legs swing down and lock in place. Boom, ready to rock. Now, the legs are adjustable to change the height between 30 and 36 inches. And when you're ready to take it down, you simply shorten the legs, pull on this large leg release lever, and fold them back up where they'll automatically lock in place. You see, I think that's pretty cool. Now, aside from what I think is an extremely convenient way to deploy some horses, I was also really impressed by the subtle engineering features on this thing. For example, the 2-finger versus 1-finger latch. I think it's a lot easier to grab something like this than it is this. The angled catches for the adjustable legs that allow you to simply pull the legs in one direction in order to lengthen them. The large lever on each leg to release the adjustment lock. It's just so much nicer to grip something to adjust it versus trying to poke at something. I've always hated having to F around with those stupid nubbins that are so commonplace on adjustable legs. Keeping with that theme, these giant paddle levers that release the legs are just user-friendly. All these things are easy to manipulate with gloved hands, for example. Even the guides for deploying the legs seem to have been well thought out. This little wedge at the top of each leg opens the legs as they fall down, so you don't need to spread them out by hand. And these solid plastic blocks that guide the legs into the horse when putting them away. Lastly, it doesn't even matter which leg you fold up first. On my Masterforce horses, you have to collapse them in a specific order. One leg goes up first to stow deeper in, followed by the other leg, which sits on top. And this little idiosyncrasy annoyed me so much in the past that I ended up marking the leg that needs to fold in first with some tape. Now, maybe I'm just being picky, and I'm almost certainly being spoiled, but I just like little details like these that seem to suggest that some actual thought was put into the tool's use. Not only that, but in my opinion, these kind of features are most likely to have come from people who actually use the tools, have been frustrated by these little nuances, and then actually did something about it. Alright, it sounds like I'm trying to sell these things, but I assure you, I bought these out of pocket. I've never even seen these things until I walked by them this morning. And I'm certainly not affiliated with Bora in any way, though if anyone from Bora is watching and you feel like sending some products my way to review for the channel, hit me up, because these things are pretty darn impressive. Now, do you really need this kind of horse, especially at 70 bucks each? Well, that's ultimately up to you, but probably not. I'm sure many of you, like me, can and have gotten by with simple DIY sawhorses made from scrap lumber. Heck, these even have the benefit of being a sacrificial cutting surface when needed. Or you can buy 2 of those for the price of 1 of these. There's lots of options out there, similar to my Masterforce horses here. And again, they work fine and are probably perfectly capable in most situations. But the whole point of this channel has always been to inform, inspire, and embolden others to tinker and learn. And I usually do that simply by sharing things that I find interesting at any given moment in time. And this thing, well, I thought it was pretty darn interesting. What do you think? Are horses like these just overpriced gimmicks, or do you find value in reinventing the wheel from time to time in ways that attempt to make things more functionally convenient? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching. Until the next time, this is Tom the Dilettante saying, keep on tinkering and keep on learning. Have a good one.